Hi friends, welcome to my channel. I hope that everyone is doing well. Well, today I'm on because I participated in the scrapbook.com SBC Fest2025, which I've done for the past few years, and I participated in some of the classes. I did not purchase a lot of the classes or the materials because I kind of want to use the stuff that I have on hand. So one of the classes that I was fond of was the one taught by Tiffany Solorio. She did a mixed media course that involved the technique ink smushing. And there was a list of supplies that you could choose to purchase from. But like I said, I didn't do a lot of the purchases. But what I did pull out to play with are the following items. So I used these Rainbow Sentiments by Pink Fresh Studio. I pulled out my Hero Art in Unicorn White. I used this Judikin stamp that I got some time ago at Hobby Lobby on clearance. It's called Wooden Boards. I pulled out my Glimmer Foil. One of the things that she had in her class was a large floral, and I'm not into large florals, but I will show you what I used in exchange for that. And I pulled out some distress inks. I used Broken China, Bundle Saged, Worn Lipstick, picked raspberry, excuse me, and wild honey. Now, I think there were two that were recommended for her classes, and I think they were a combination of these two colors or some form of those colors. But whatever color she had, I did not have readily available, so I didn't use those ones. I just had some creative play, guys. So I pulled out some enamel dots that I had, and this Tim Holtz Small Talk. And then for my floral, which she did a panel, and the panel had a large floral detail in it. I just pulled out this Sweet Blooms Border by Spellbinders. And that's what it looks like. Really cute. So I just used this. So let me share with you all how my backgrounds turned out. Well, you know, I didn't do full on cards. I just did the panels for it. She also used some rub-ons, and I didn't want to mess the rub-ons up that I had just playing. When I go back and do the project on a more serious note, then I will use those. But for the time being, these sufficed. So here is the first card I made. And it just says, just because. And I think the I think the heat foiling did great. Now, the reason why it didn't do as good is because I had did some texturizing to my panel prior to, but the actual foiling was stunning. So this is the outline, and like I said, it did a great job. Only thing is that for the heat foil machine, it's recommended that you have a smooth cardstock, and I did not. This is actually the Tim Holtz watercolor paper. It's this one, and I'm down on one sheet, but this is the distressed watercolor cardstock that I use, and it has a texture on this side, and on the other side it's a bit more smooth. And while I did use the smooth side, I did do a couple techniques prior to. So this is going to be a card panel for somebody who you don't want to spend a whole lot of time making a card for. Maybe just a coworker where you know that you just want to give them a little something but not put your all into a card. But I think it turned out really great. I love the background colors and how they went together. So that's card number one. And panel number two is kind of her technique in the ink smushing. She had this like bottom panel where it was a little bit lighter, like of an orange texture or an orange hue, and the top was more of a blue hue. So I just followed that pattern and mixed my little colors together. And again, Here is the detail from the glimmer press, and like you can see where I have that little texture right there. Instead of using the rub-ons, I went ahead and did a little heat embossing with some white ink, the unicorn ink, and some clear embossing powder. So that's that one. And then this is one I tried just because I had my machine on already. And I just did the letter press technique or whatnot. I just inked up my glimmer foil plate with the unicorn ink and ran it through just to see what it would do. And it did a pretty good transfer. And I'm just going to put this into my junk journal. And yeah, so the foil that I use, I don't know if I shared that with you, but I used this white foil, and I had a little bit of a faux pas because I foiled my I actually foiled my plate because I put the foil in the wrong way, but it's alright. You can use some undo to get that off, but it doesn't bother me. I'm not a perfectionist, or those type of things don't bother me at all. It'll still work just the same. So that's what I did, and I did use some rub-ons on this one, this little panel that I created, and I think it turned out cute. I'll make a card with this. And then outside of that, I just made one other panel that I think turned out really cute because I had the supplies, so I was going to go ahead and do what I could with them. So this is a scrapbook.com die, and this is just the negative from the aperture here. And yeah, I think it turned out really cute. And I put some of the wood grain blocking on the actual background. So yeah, folks, that's what I have for you today. I'll be back with a couple more classes that I took, things that I did from those classes. So thanks so much, guys. I'll see you guys around. Bye, friends.